Good morning, friends and Bitcoiners. Welcome to another wonderful episode of BCN Crypto Kickoff. My name is Mr. Clifford T. Mitchum, and I will be your host today. I am also the educational director for Bitcoin Crypto News. I had to think about that for a second. But everybody, welcome to another wonderful show. And we will begin as we normally do by beginning with our crypto shoutouts. First one's going out to Bitcoin and Coffee. Crypto shout out to you. You had a great time over at the what's it called again? Uh, uh, Forbidden Kingdom. I kept thinking about your last event, but great to hear about that information. Had to catch the replays of your videos just so to see that just worked in coincide with your new schedule this week, coming on at Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. and then also doing the nightly show at 5 on Friday. So also have another crypto shout out to David Crypto. Thank you for liking and sharing the show, passing that around, and that's all we got to go to for those. And we do want to make sure we recognize our sponsor, Crypto Quick. Crypto Quick is an online directory and resource to find local businesses that accept cryptocurrency. If you have not claimed or created your listing, be sure to get out there and do that. Please mention that you saw about them here. So let's go ahead and begin as we do with our show by covering the disclaimer. The information provided in this show is for educational purposes only and is not financial or investment advice. For financial advice, please speak with a licensed professional. All right, so with that, we'll jump into the activity of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin last week, the week of February 17th going through February 23rd, started off the week at $3,631.86. Finishing out the week at $4,142.53. That's a $510.67 gain or 14.1% increase. So now this was a very exciting week for Bitcoin. What we started to see was a lot more adoption and growth in the crypto markets. So a lot of people were talking about this being the bull run that's going to kick off everything. We didn't quite see that. It did reach a great support level of getting over 4,000, but as anybody that's looked at the market today and through Sunday, that didn't really hold. So we're a bit below that currently, but for last week, it was a great jump for everything we have going on. A lot of that's in anticipation of the indices and indicators that Nasdaq's going to be putting out with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I think that really builds up and bolsters the greater mass adoption and introduction of the institutional organizations. So it's been a great week for Bitcoin. You can see just the basic activity was pretty steady as far as overall growth, but we had that big jump, at the end of the week. So a lot of those institutional investors, bots and things are really starting to come online. So we're seeing more activity coming in from them. So I would expect to see more of that activity as we get closer to the introduction of the new platforms coming in from the legacy institutions. So the week coming, I think we're going to see a pretty good gain coming on for that. So nothing. I don't know if we'll see another 15% just because of the pullback we just had, but I still think we're going to get closer to the range of probably in the 10% range or the 7-8% over the week. But we'll see what time tells. And we have a joiner in our YouTube chat. Welcome, Mr. Paul Rouleau, the rock, the foundation of us out here making Bitcoin and cryptocurrency videos. Thanks for joining us. So now, what was going on this last week, this last year, this week in Bitcoin? The week of February 17th, 2018 through February 23rd, 2018. Bitcoin started off that week at $11,123.40, finishing out the week at $10,301.10. That's a $822.30 drop or 7.3% decrease overall. So now, when you look at the chart going on last year, there was a lot of activities. You had a lot of swings. Middle of the week, we had a big jump, but all that got pulled back towards the end of the week. And this is just that natural activity we see in the cryptocurrency markets, but it's been pretty quiet this year just because we have so much activity coming in from institutional players and whales throwing funds around that, it's been pretty calm. A lot of the more speculative hands have been shaken out in comparison to what was going on last year. So this was the beginning of the slide. And this is where people were really starting to get nervous about cryptocurrencies and going back on their belief in how strong it's going to be. And this is one of the things that I personally had underestimated just as far as the fall off of speculators. But we're going to see a bit more activity as we get more speculators into the cryptocurrency markets. So I would expect to start seeing more volatility like this as we come over the next few months, particularly because of the institutional players. So the trend I think we're going to do, we're not following that this year. Things are looking in a better frame of reference because we have a lot more introduction and mass adoption coming in. And we have a joiner in our Instagram chat. I'm going to butcher this. Iagol Iagolva, okay? Anyway, crypto shout out to you. Thanks for joining us. So now let's take a look at what was going on with Bitcoin next week last year. This will be the week of February 24th going through March 2nd. Bitcoin started off that week at $10,287.70, finishing out the week at $11,086.40. That is a $798.70 gain or 7.8% increase. So we still have a lot of activity going on in the crypto space, pretty big swings coming through. Next week, I would expect to see a bit of a big swing just because of the indices that we see. With those indicators and the amount of people that are going to be looking at Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies now, just because the legacy markets are including it as something to take a peek at and a number that they're tracking, we can expect to see more speculators jumping into the market, and we see more people starting to build on their investments. I really think it's going to break the freeze that the bear markets had, and the crypto winter is finally going to thaw, and we're going to start seeing more people come in. Will it officially be a full bull run? I don't think we're going to quite get to that mark because once the institutional players coming in, I don't think they're going to have the same belief in the futures, and I think they're going to do a bit more of a cooling effect as they want to keep the price down as more and more of them start introducing funds into the crypto space. But this local jump, I'm looking to get in, increase my position, but also still holding back some of my personal funds so that way I can take advantage of any swings that the institutional players might do to keep ice on the market. So it's just a matter of being a measured gain jumping into the crypto space. So let's take a look at our quarterly activity. And before I get into quarterly, if anybody has any questions, concerns, comments, drop them in the chat, and I'll get those addressed on air. So in the quarterly activity, Q1 going from January 1st through the end of March, being March 31st. Bitcoin last year, Bitcoin started off at $13,625, finishing out at $6,973.53. That is a $6,651.47 drop or 48.8% decrease. So first quarter of the year is generally not good overall. But with last year, it just started going down, never recovered. I don't feel we're going to get that same effect going on this year, but we can still see how similar the activity was to kind of make a comparison to see how deep that slide is going to be this year. So now, just overall with that, I see just because of the institutional introduction, I think we're going to have a bit more even just for the overall quarter. And, in the 1% down to 5% down range. But what we have currently is for our quarter to date, Bitcoin at this date last year, Bitcoin was at $10,301.10 or a $3,323.90 drop in comparison to what was going on in the quarter, which was a 24.4% increase. So as far as the drop was going on last year, we're at the halfway point. So half of the drop had already occurred by this point last year. So now with what we see going on, I really feel that it's going to be more of an upswing from this point forward. But towards the end of the quarter, like I said, the other legacy markets are going to do what they can to cool the market so they can come in at a lower valuation and then take bigger gains just for their clients and everything. So the key is not to be scared of this activity, but to do what the person can to mitigate and play along with it. Don't move into a position where it could be damaging, but if you know it's coming, you can take advantage of that. That little bit of foresight can make tremendous profits. So keep that in mind. And what we have going on the quarter to date this year. Bitcoin started off the quarter January 1st, 2019 at $3,746.71. And it finished up so far $4,152.53. That is a $116.92 gain or 3.1% increase over the quarter. So we have a lot of growth and activity coming on right now. During the winter, we had a lot more businesses and merchants adopting cryptocurrencies, looking into cryptocurrencies. We had infrastructure growth and building an adaptation in the cryptocurrency realm. So this to me just bolsters the activity for the year. We can see overall the gain is only at 3.1% as of right now, and a large part of that came over the last few weeks. So I I'm still thinking that it's going to be a bit of a drop for this quarter just because of the legacy markets coming into the space. They're going to do what they can just to make sure they can get the lowest price and buy it at the bottom before it shoots up. But I really feel we have so many people that believe in Bitcoin and that are hodling that they're going to get in and hold that value from completely bottoming out and getting into the $1,500 range. There are some people that do a lot more data analysis and technical analysis than I do, and they're quoting that. I have more belief, I have more faith in us as a community of cryptocurrencies to hold against that number. But just be prepared either way that goes in. So don't throw all the funds in the bucket just yet. So the thing to keep in mind when looking at the chart are the sharp jumps that we have going through this. This is the whale activity. We're going to see more of these sharp jumps and we're going to see more of these sharp drops just because the institutional players, number one, have big purses and big wallets. Number two, they have more leverage just with their derivatives and futures markets activity. So their big wallets on top of that leverage is going to cause tremendous swings for it. But as we all know, can't kill Bitcoin. So it's going to bounce back. I truly believe that. And with the valuations of $1 million Bitcoin coming down the pipe, it'd be nice to see. It's still a little ways off, so don't go get a second mortgage out. Always be responsible with funds and introduction and use of cryptocurrencies because you are responsible for whatever activity goes by. There's no insurance plan. There's no FDIC that's backing Bitcoin. It's all off of your own research and your own training that's going to help you out. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into our top stories. First one coming in, digital gifting platform Switch to start accepting crypto payments, including Ethereum Classic. Crypto shout out to Classic is coming. Thank you for posting this article, passing around. So now the Switch digital gifting platform is reportedly going to start accepting crypto payments from next week as it aims to champion its revolutionary technology to become a viable method of shopping and gifting. Switch is actually a pretty important player in the digital space. They do a lot of gift cards and online transactions with some major institutions. So their adoption of cryptocurrency is good buffer and slow walk into the crypto space. So once those merchants start seeing that, they're going to be more open to skipping Switch and directly accepting cryptocurrencies themselves. So it's a great move on their part to get the introduction going, and I think it really bolsters further mass adoption and companies entering the crypto space. So Switch, great job for that move. Ethereum Classic Bitcoin, Litecoin, and all the coins that are currently listed on Coinbase are coins that they're going to be starting off with first. So likely that they have a Coinbase account, and that's why accepting those currencies. But it's good to see anyway. Just that adoption coming in. Our next article: Bitcoin hits highest volume in 9 months. Is crypto ready to take off after massive gains? It's a crypto shout out to ccn.com for posting this article. So now it goes on to say, prior to the rapid price movement of Bitcoin from the mid 3,000 range to 39.95, one cryptocurrency trader said that the volume of dominant cryptocurrency is at a 9-month high. Volume precedes price. We're on our way to the highest crypto volume. And BTC transactions are almost back to all-time highs as well, the trader said. So now this is just showing that we have a lot more movement. We have a lot more, people starting to get excited and hyped up again about Bitcoin. So we're going to get that introduction, that more mass adoption, that more growth overall that we have in the crypto space. So now we just need the valuations from the legacy markets to release their funds and further add to that growth. And it's going to bring in the speculation, but anybody that's already been in through last year has already seen the jumps and knows what to do. Taking profit is something that's going to be key this year, and hodling also will be something that's key, because as we see this growth, I don't really feel it's going to drop down to these levels again. Even for the next bear market, we're double what the previous bear market was. So seeing another $3,000 Bitcoin, $4,000 Bitcoin, it's going to be a thing of the past. Unless there's a glitch, like that one guy that paid 20 G's for Bitcoin. That was rough. But good to see the activity coming on. So all of us get out there, start moving around, working with the merchants that are on Crypto Quick, that are using and taking advantage of cryptocurrencies. So showing them good business is how we're going to get growth in the crypto space. Our next article: University of Michigan endowment backs crypto venture capital fund, crypto news. This is an article coming to us from Cryptocurrency Education. Crypto shout out to you. Thanks for posting this. So the University of Michigan's financial endowment is a collection of thousands of individual endowments managed like a large mutual fund, whose value reached $11.9 billion as of October 2018. Its proceeds pay for scholarships, professorships, and other university programs. In a similar recent development, last week, it was reported that 2 American public sector pension funds have backed the crypto industry venture capital funds with a large tranche of combined $40 million investment. The Fairfax County Police and the Fairfax County Employees Pension Plans provided the main backing for the Morgan Creek Blockchain Opportunities Fund. So now, this is just a lot of growth for traditional businesses and investment corporations to start utilizing cryptocurrencies. They're going to be providing funding for startups. They're going to be providing funding for different currency projects. They're going to be utilizing cryptocurrencies. Companies similar to Switch that start to make gift cards for the crypto space. That's going to be something that these venture capital funds can be used for. So keep an eye out for the emerging companies in the crypto space. It's great to see these startups coming through and getting a jump on it. The higher education has really been the place where we have a lot of embracing of crypto space, as far as their degree programs, as far as tracking degrees and verifying validity of degrees and information. So it's great to see that coming out of the University of Michigan. And I'm a little nervous about the police fund getting into it, just because this gives them more access to funds transactions. Plus, it gives them the evidence that they're looking for to track different transactions and break the privacy aspects of cryptocurrencies and some projects out there. So, I mean, it's good overall, just because we have, more adoption and more growth, and we have to just trust in the code that it will protect us. And our next article: a Harvard Club receives Bitcoin Lightning Network torch from Fidelity. This is an article coming to us from BCN Crypto shout out to BCN Crypto. On February 22nd, 2019, Fidelity Digital Assets handed the lightning torch over to the Harvard Business School Blockchain and Crypto Club. Fidelity alleges that the torch, an ever growing amount of Bitcoin being passed around the Lightning Network, should contain 3.65 million Satoshis, which the club passes on to the next participant. Now, the torch going around has been a great little promotional and marketing activity in the crypto space. There's no official marketing firm or marketing team in the crypto space, so it's great to see when just hodlers and users get together and just start passing stuff around, whether it be flyers, whether it be the torch, whether it be just basic information by having groups and meetups and the like. But specifically with the Lightning Network's torch, this brings a lot of introduction and exposure to the Lightning Network, which itself is a side chain on the Bitcoin network, because Bitcoin itself didn't react quickly. You wouldn't use Bitcoin to buy a Coke. It's just not fast enough, and transaction fees, just would eat that value alive. While going over the Lightning Network, reduces transaction fees and works a lot quicker. So the transactions become lightning fast. You see how they did that? We'll play on it. All right, but nonetheless, it's great to see that they're doing more in passing the torch around and see who's going to have it next and getting more, more buzz about what's going on in the crypto space. So great on the guys for passing that around and we're having this article. Just keep it going. And our final article, Kenyan crypto adoption and trading grows despite warnings from regulators. This is an article coming to us from Bitcoin News. Crypto, shout out to you, Bitcoin News. The government of Kenya and financial regulators have been leery towards regulating Bitcoin and other digital currencies. The central bank mulled over regulatory guidelines in the summer of 2018, while last month, Kenya's Capital Markets Authority warned the public about trading digital currencies because of an initial coin offering called Kenyacoin. The project allegedly sold 10 million tokens and promised 10% monthly returns after the initial purchase. However, even though Kenya's financial watchdogs are cautioning against investing in trading cryptocurrencies, they have been powerless to stop the steady trend of cryptocurrency acceptance and rising trade volumes within the country. Now, it's great to see, the people of Kenya getting together and utilizing cryptocurrencies. I like to see that the regulators and central banks are recognizing cryptocurrencies. They do have a good warning, just as far as what ICOs can do. Because when you're looking at something like what this Kenyacoin is promising, 10% returns, anytime anyone guarantees a return, that is problematic. Just because the math doesn't add up for the perpetual payout that they're talking about. It requires constant growth of that coin. Now, if they do it in a set time frame or something like that, it's a little more understandable. But if they're promising 10% continually, do the math. That only lasts for so long, and you can just see this as something that collapses in on itself. So the Kenyacoin itself, I'd be a little wary of, but it still bolsters the fact that crypto can't be stopped. They can add whatever regulatory guidelines they'd like, but the cryptocurrency space is going to do what the cryptocurrency space wants to do, just because it's code. It's beyond what their guidelines can actually do. So, be careful. They are right on that, but it's just going to show that the strength of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency out there. It just can't be stopped. But you got to be smart, because anytime somebody's promising something, you got to be careful. Particularly something that's, a guaranteed return of 10%. I mean, I personally wouldn't want to get into a project that's like that. Well, maybe not for too long. Get in, get some, get out. Just it looks like it's going to collapse in on itself. It's just not something that's sustainable. So be careful doing on that. They are wise to recommend that to everyone. All right, but it's great to see the adoption going on in Kenya. So we have a lot of growth, and Africa is going to be, as a continent, great player in the crypto space. So with that, our next segment is our BCN 1 Minute With. In the 1 Minute With, we showcase a coin to further expand the knowledge of alternative currencies in the crypto space, because Bitcoin is only one of almost 2,100 different cryptocurrencies out there. So before we get into our activity in the BCN 1 Minute With, we have some crypto shout outs to do. On Twitter, we have Max D that was sharing and liking the video. Much appreciated. Thank you for doing that. Crypto Believer also got out there, passed around the video. Thank you for doing that. On Instagram, now, our Instagram community has gotten so large that it's become really cumbersome to actually read off all of the thank yous that we have for everybody. So I've dropped down just to a couple ones that have been out regularly liking and sharing, and a couple people that are new to us joining. So I just wanted to give a crypto shout out to Augur.org. Crypto shout out to you. We got Crypt Zero World. Crypto shout out to you. Annalise George. Crypto shout out to you out there in Instagram land. Cryptomulus. Crypto shout out to you. Hope I didn't butcher that too bad. I know you like a lot of the videos, so I really appreciate your work. Crypto shout out to Ressi Jobberts. Thank you for liking the video and a lot of work you do. See your name out here a lot in the crypto space. And probably our top liker is Mr. Mohammed A. Rahman. Crypto shout out to you. Thank you for liking all the videos. Now, there's a lot of people I just, for time's sake, haven't gotten into. So I'm going to find a way that I can really thank you all and recognize you for doing that. On Facebook, we had Peter Persinos. Crypto shout out to you. We have Dante Pelliciotti. Crypto shout out to you. And we have Wo Shea. Crypto shout out to you. And we have Mr. Chris Webb. Crypto shout out to you. Now, Chris Webb is the admin for Anarcrypt. Great little group, or I shouldn't say great little group. It's actually a pretty big group, several thousand members. So a great group on Facebook, Anarcrypt. Go ahead and check out that group and join as well. I get out there, post the videos. There's lots of articles that are coming through there. So with that, on Monday, we do the show, and it did get ahead of me. So just doing editing and everything and just trying to take care of too much. So I didn't share the video until Tuesday. So I got to get back in that habit. Just got to get ahead. All right, but shared that on Tuesday, so we didn't have a BCN video. But on Wednesday, we had BCN 1 Minute with Augur. Now, Augur is a prediction market platform that users gain tokens through predicting the outcome of particular events. So they could go ahead and say one thing that's going to happen. People put in their predictions, whether it will or whether it won't come true, and then you get tokens based off of your choice on that event. So check out that video and check out that project, see if it's something you'd be interested in. On Thursday, we had Populus. Populus is a business solutions coin allowing businesses to monetize their invoices to provide funding and capital growth. So basically, if you have a client that owes you, say, $10,000, you put it into this platform, somebody else can give you the portion of the $10,000 at a particular interest rate or something or other, and then that way you get the funds right now, and then when your client pays, they get the funds and everybody's paid back, and it gives immediate funding for the project. Great idea. If that's something that's interests you, check them out. And on Friday, we did Stratus. Stratus simplifies blockchain programming by using established languages like C and .NET, so you can utilize your existing language skills or programming language skills into cryptocurrency projects. So, great idea. Wonderful to see a lot of ease of use that we don't have to go about and for like Ethereum, learning Solidity because you already know C. Although it's always great to expand the mind, higher learning. If you're not learning, you're not growing. Keep that in mind. All right. So keep an eye out for our new videos that we have every day or each day of the week going on. Should be Tuesday through Friday. I'm going to do better this week and get those out for you. So now, Bitcoiners of Southwest Florida, they're going to be meeting next week. And as they do, the first Thursday of each month at 6 p.m. at our lovely headquarters here at the Butterfly Estates. So that's going to be March 7th. So come by, meet up with some Bitcoin and currency and cryptocurrency enthusiasts. Bitcoiners of Southwest Florida is the largest meetup down here in Southwest Florida. So you can check out more information about them by going to meetup.com. So now my greatest resource is what I can provide for you for expanding knowledge and learning about cryptocurrencies. We have our Bitcoin 101, and it takes people that are brand new, gets them just started in the crypto space. Our Bitcoin 201 that helps you get from getting started to expanding a portfolio, getting on exchanges, and actually starting to trade. And then we have a Bitcoin 301 and 302 that teaches trading strategies so people can use their cryptocurrency knowledge to make a profit. So those are by appointment only. So if you want to do a live course or a one-on-one course or a group course, let us know and we'll get that set up for you. Now you can find us on social media here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, the big names. And then we have the up and coming social media sites, Minds, Tribes, MeWe. So look out for our information there. And we do have referral links down below. You want to get on Binance, you want to get on Coinbase, please use the links we provided. And if you want to get on the other sites that you're on, link to us, we'll link there, and we'll get everybody linked up. We also have donation addresses. Anybody that'd like to drop in some funds to help the project expand and grow, that I can quit the day job, that'd be cool. Although my day job is renewable energy, and I'm really not going to stop that. So just any donation helps. That way we can build more into this wonderful hobby. So if there is a project like a coin you'd like to donate, let us know. We'll get a wallet set up for that. So with that said, it's going to take a little bit of risk to get into the crypto space, but you've got to risk it for the biscuit. So everybody, get your knowledge up, research everything, learn about cryptocurrencies. Mr. Paul Rouleau, thanks for joining us. And Aya Golvak, thanks for joining us here. You all come out and see us again. See you next Monday, and we'll give you an update of what happened in the world of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Have a great week. Talk to you all soon. We'll see you on Instagram. And my Instagrammers, I got to do more for you. You guys are my best community, my biggest community. Thanks for all your support.